Every day, more historic finds are made by local people and by archaeologists involved in the extensive excavations. Even on Napoleon's Hill, the recent removal of earth for the reclamation of swampland has revealed ruins and remains dating back at least to the time of the Canaanites. This marble devil is a fragment from a larger relief depicting the Last Judgment, another valuable find to be added to the museum's record of Acre's past. One of the most fascinating periods in Acre's history was that of the Crusaders. Like so many other conquerors who came both before them and after them, they have left their stamp on the city forever. All around there is Crusader influence. Underground can be seen the chambers where the knights prepared for battle, where they carried their wounded, and where they ate, drank, and were merry. More of these ancient underground places are still being uncovered. Perhaps somewhere here is the vast hoard of Jazzar the Butcher, who 500 years after the final defeat of the Crusaders, robbed and looted and murdered over all the surrounding countryside to obtain his fabulous treasure. He hid it all somewhere. It was not found in his treasury, and no trace of it has yet been found anywhere else. This refectory was part of the headquarters of Richard the Lionheart. Here his knights and their ladies amused themselves reenacting the legendary stories of King Arthur and his Knights of the Round Table, while outside Sir Lancelot, Sir Galahad and Sir Tristram jousted at the lists. For 200 years, from 1104 until 1291, the Crusaders came and went, captured and recaptured Acre, making it the capital of their diminishing kingdom of Jerusalem. For 100 years they were in unbroken occupation. They came from all over Europe and formed their own communities within the walls. Their squares and caravanserais are little changed even now. There were separate quarters of the city for the Knights of Pisa, of Genoa and of Venice, and all around stood the castles of the Knights of many orders, of the Knights Templar, the Knights of St. John, and many others. The dramatic end to the campaigns of the Crusaders and of their occupation of Acre came in 1291, when they were besieged by the Mamelukes, rulers of Egypt. Slowly the Crusaders were driven back towards the sea, until probably not more than 200 knights held out in the fortress of the Order of the Knights Templar. The Egyptians tunneled under the fortress, and the attacking army poured into the stronghold. But the undermining had gone too far, and with the additional weight of the fighting men, the whole gigantic structure collapsed, killing all those not killed by the sword. And so ended the last of the Crusades and the Crusaders' hold on the mainland. Today, little remains on the site of that dramatic action but the foundations of the fortress under the shallow water of the encroaching sea. But all around, the walls remain with their distinct pattern of the ages. The walls of Acre, as they are seen today, saw their last dramatic action during the recapture of Acre by the Israelis in 1948, so that now the city has indeed come full circle. In the old city, yesterday and today intermingle, producing a fascinating architectural patchwork. Here, coppersmith, silversmith and jeweller still practice their hereditary trades, and Hebrew, Arabic, Yiddish and Spanish are but a few of the languages to be heard even now. The narrow streets and paths that lead between the buildings must have followed the same routes for thousands of years. On this ground walked Paul of Tarsus and Egypt's Cleopatra, Maimonides the Jewish philosopher, and Omar Khayyam. It was Omar Khayyam who said, "The moving finger writes, and having writ moves on. nor all your piety nor wit shall lure